My roommate put extra fries on my plate and said, "Eat something before you disappear completely." I stared at Katie, then at the fries she'd snuck onto my plate while I wasn't looking. I've heard every version of you need to eat more since I was 10, but I thanked her anyway, because finding this friend group 3 months into college felt like finally breathing. They adopted me instantly, Katie pulling me into their booth at the dining hall, Sophie looping her arm through mine at parties. They called me their pocket-sized friend. Katie would joke, "Eat a burger, skinny." It was constant but weirdly affectionate. "You're going to blow away. Real women have curves. How are you full already?" Luke once picked me up with one arm just to prove he could, but it felt like belonging, friends who cared enough to tease me. Bringing up my celiac disease felt dramatic. I'd rather take skinny jokes than be the friend who needed accommodations. Then 3 weeks ago, everything changed. The jokes stopped. No more comments about my wrists, no more metabolism talk. Instead, they got careful. Katie started leaving snacks on my desk. Sophie replaced jokes with compliments about my personality. Olivia suggested restaurants with lots of options. Thursday night, I came back early and heard them through the door. Everyone was there. They never hung out without me. "We need to be supportive but direct," Katie said. "She never finishes meals," Jade added. "She goes to the bathroom after eating." "She's losing weight," Madison said quietly. My heart dropped. They thought I was doing this on purpose. I texted Sam from home. When I explained, she said the obvious. "It's your celiac disease. They just don't know." She told me to explain. I decided to make a point. Saturday, I went to the only gluten-free place in town and ordered everything. 3 pizzas, garlic bread, brownies. At 6, I walked in with food and vodka. They were sitting in a suspicious circle. Katie looked nervous. Sophie had tissues. Olivia held printed articles. "Hey, babes," I said. "Ready to pregame? I brought pizza." Confusion everywhere. "We wanted to talk first," Katie said carefully. "Sure." I grabbed a slice and took a huge bite. "What's up?" "We're worried about you," Sophie said. "Oh my gosh, me too," I said, grabbing another slice. "Do you know how hard freshman year is when you can't eat anything on campus?" "What?" Olivia said. "Yeah, turns out when you have celiac disease, gluten makes your immune system attack your intestines. Fun fact, I'm demolishing this pizza now." Katie's mouth fell open. "All those times you told me to eat a burger, I literally couldn't. I'd end up hospitalized." "But the bathroom trips," Sophie whispered. "That's after cross-contamination, or when someone mixes up spoons, or when Tyler put beer in my juice as a joke." "But you're so thin." "Yeah," I laughed, "because the safe foods are basically carrots and rice, very glamorous." I poured a shot. "I actually never stop eating. Ask my mom about grocery bills." "Why didn't you tell us?" Madison asked. "Because the last group said I was faking it for attention, so I stayed quiet. I was just happy to have friends." "We thought you were hurting yourself," Katie said softly. "I know. I heard you Thursday." I looked at the printed articles.